Good afternoon, Fabian. There's probably part of you that's sitting here thinking you should have 6 points after 2 Premier League games rather than 1. But do you need to just sort of remind yourself in moments like this that, look, the performances are exactly where we want them to be and the wins will come?
Yeah, on the one side, of course, this business is a business of results. So I get judged by results. But for me, it's very important that I never judge my team by the results. I judge them by the effort, by the work ethic, by the performance. And I always have to believe, like, if you keep on working, if you keep on watching your performance, if you keep on bringing the best work and the best effort on the pitch, then for sure you will get what you deserve in the end. And that's what we're trying to pushing for. And the second thing is, like, what very important, when you have not the results you might deserve, like, quickly the mood can change, the atmosphere can change, and it's very important that we keep the positivity in this building, that we keep the energy level high. And the wins like yesterday, they are so important. Of course, it's only a Carabao Cup game, but every win gives you energy, and you can feel it already today in the building. Like, there's the energy we need, the energy, the positivity we want to have in this building, because I'm sure long term the results will come if we keep on working. That's our main focus. So we're not complaining that we don't have the points we might deserve. We're honest to each other. We also know there are things we can improve, but the main thing is we will keep on being positive. We will keep on working hard to get the results we want to have.
And another very pleasing aspect from last night's win for you must have been that both Tzimas and Kostoulas got some game time. I mean, they're both still so young, but are they ready at least to perhaps even come on the bench for a Premier League game? Are they ready for that step up?
I think we have to separate these two. So Stefanos is a little bit further than Babis. I think he proved it already yesterday. He proved exactly these things we saw in training. He's a striker. He's there where you score goals. He's able of scoring goals from different angles, and that's something very special. And he showed it already in training, so we are very pleased with him. Also, Babis had his first minutes yesterday. He's a little bit behind Stefanos regarding the adaptation, but both are doing well in training. Both are getting closer, and I'm sure that Stefanos will be soon a big option for us, and Babis still needs a little bit more time.
I appreciate you saying we need to think of them as two individuals rather than a pairing, but the fact is they're both teenagers from the same country. Have they gravitated towards each other? Are they a little gang together at the training ground?
That's something what we try to avoid. Of course, it's a natural process that when you come from the same country, from the same culture, speaking the same language, that you might be connected. But it's very important that there are other teammates, and I think they recognize it, and they're also quite integrated well into the group. They're not only talking to each other, so it's not only that we have like the Greek group and then the guys from England and the guys from Africa, for example, the guys from Germany. So it's really like a togetherness, and they talk to everyone. So I think it's important that on one side we give them the chance that they can integrate into our culture, the culture from Brighton, and also that they themselves like try to integrate as quick as possible, and this approach from them and the effort we can see every day.
Is your gut instinct with a week to go that's Brighton done regarding any more signings, any incomings this window?
I have a feeling. Yeah, sometimes I think it's not so clever to share always the feelings you have in the public, but overall, like I always said, I'm very happy with the squad. I'm in daily exchange with Tony, with Paul, with David. So overall, I'm very pleased how the process went so far, and let's see if there might be any more changes.
And obviously, crazy things can happen in the last week, and clubs can get desperate and make big offers. But are you 100% confident that come September the 2nd, Carlos Baliba will still be a Brighton player?
Yes. If there's a number more than 100, I even would say more than 100. So I'm confident, yeah.
Just finally from me, obviously you had great results against Manchester City last season. In particular, the home fixture for you, you're only in your third, fourth month as a Premier League manager at that point, and you managed to beat Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Where did that rank for you in terms of a vindication that you are good at what you do and progressing the way you wanted to?
Surely highly ranked, because I always emphasize that Pep is is the best, maybe the best in the world. So it's always an honor to play against him, and of course a joy to beat his teams. But I think it's a different game on Sunday, different team. We will face in different phases. We are in a different stage. They are in a different stage. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, of course, you can take like a lot of positive things out of these games, but it's very important to always stay very humble after these wins, to be grounded and to keep working. And that's the main thing, because it's a long way to go. It's a long journey to go, and not one game makes a difference. It's like the consistency that makes a difference, and that's something we really have to keep an eye on. You only can keep an eye on if you have the right approach to it, if you have the right like work ethic to it, and that's what we try to focus on.
Thank you, Shane.
Gerne.
Hi, Fabian. In terms of the wider team news, is there anyone coming back this week or anyone dropping out that we might not have expected?
So far, not. So Georgie wasn't involved yesterday. We would like to have involved yesterday, so it might be that's for him a close thing. So unsure, but for sure he has an option to be available.
Obviously, the win last night was really positive, but the amount of debuts as well that we saw to new players of varying ages, that's another positive on top of the win, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, that we can give the players who came in new, who are young, to give them a chance to play. And again, I didn't give them the chance yesterday to play because we have Man City ahead of us. We gave them the chance to play because they deserve it. And they deserve it because, first of all, they are good. Second of all, they train well. So that's the main thing, why they get the chance. No player here in this club gets a chance only because he's a player from us. They need to deserve to get the chance. And now they made the first step, and now it's about making the next step. And making the next step means like trying to improve every day, trying to use every minute you get. And that's what I demand from them now. They are challengers, they are competitor for the other team who played at the weekend. So there's a big competition now, and that's what I like.
A lot of people have seen Stefanos score twice last night, and to them that means he's ready to play in the Premier League. How do you define what being ready means?
What we see daily in training sessions, and on the one side we're all happy. So we're all happy that he scores, that he makes his debut, that he shows why we signed him. On the other side, for me, it's always important to watch the games in context. So the game was already 3-0. The game was decided. The game was done. And then it's might be more easier to get into a game with different intensity than we have in Premier League games. So it's very important that we have a context to his performance. But on the other side, for sure, every goal gives him self-confidence. Every goal gets him closer to the team. Every performance, every minute he receives gets him closer to the team. And that's also what we see daily business and training. But like I said, it's step one, and there need to be more steps to be ready. Might be the next step at the weekend. Might be the next step that he gets some minutes in the under 21. So we will have to figure it out together with the medicals, together with him. What is the next perfect step for him to get ready for us in the Premier League?
In terms of Manchester City, you took 4 points off them last season. Obviously, they're always going to be a strong opponent. But so far in what you've seen from them this season, or a small sample size, what have you made of their start?
I think that they should also have 6 points when I look at their performances. So regarding this, they are still top team. They signed some great players. They played a little bit a different style with a different shape. So overall, it's still Man City. It's still a team that tries to control the opponent in possession, tries to be very dominant, tries to press high. They changed a little bit their pressing shape. So yeah, it will be a new challenge, a new opportunity for us to prove ourselves that we can challenge them, and that's what we try to go for.
And in terms of Pep as a manager, I know you've spoken about him before. What kind of key things have you learned from him that you can kind of try and apply to your own coaching style?
never be satisfied. Always try to develop your team. Always try to bring in new adjustments, new elements into the game. And I think that's something what he's a role model for. So he never stagnate. He always has new ideas. He always adapts to the Premier League. And I think you need to do it. Of course, always believe in your own style of play. That's also what we do here. What I do. Have the biggest belief into your style of play, but always like have small elements, adjustments to your main principles.
Thank you.
Fabian, is that the biggest challenge for a coach in terms of the development of football itself, the Premier League, constantly having to sort of anticipate what the next way is going to be and how you can't stand still?
I think it's not only a challenge, it's also like a great opportunity to improve yourself, to never be satisfied, to always reflect, where are we, where should we be, what is the future of the football. So I think the football changes from year to year. It's getting more physical, it's getting more athletic. There are always new ideas, so you always have to be ready. If you think, oh, I'm done, I'm perfect now, you're done. So it's very important that you always reflect, be honest to yourself, get like external reflections, speak to the players how they feel, see the development from the general game, see the general demands from the Premier League. What are the physical demands? What are the demands you need to have in possession, out possession? So it's always an ongoing process, and I think that's on one side a challenge, but on the other side always a opportunity to of course stick to your principles, stick to your biggest belief inside of you, but always like adjust small things. Yeah.
In terms of the last 24 hours, a lot of people talking about Stefanos, a lot of people talk about the debutants and everything. Just want to ask you about Brajan Gruda and the role that he played, and what are the positives you took from his performance, but also what are the challenges for him going forward?
That's the Brajan Gruda you want to see. Like, he was very dynamic. He was intense against the ball. He had some great actions. He has something special. You could see it also yesterday. And when he played for us, he always has some special moments. The challenge for him will be to show these things consistently, to not be satisfied with one good performance. Like yesterday, he gets a lot of love from the fans, and the fans like these kind of players, and I also like these kind of players. But it's very important to don't do it only in one game, to make it consistent. And that's something where we all have to work together with him to make sure that he can show this in every minute he gets for us, in every game he plays for us, that he shows these kind of things, the special things he has, and with his ability, the intensity he has in his body, the physicality he has. So he has all the things you need to have to play in the Premier League, and he's still a very young player. So being patient, being consistent, these are the main challenges for him. Then he can have a bright future for us.
You mentioned about players coming back. A couple of the long-term absentees. There's been quite a few reports about Julio Enciso and where he's at and whether he's leaving or not or whatever. Could you clear that up in terms of where he's at? Because I know he's obviously out injured at the moment.
It's not a big injury, so he's back in the rehab training. He's back in training. So, like I said, it's very important that the players know our thoughts, know our plannings in the future, and there you always have an open conversation with Julio, and then we will see what happens in the next days.
You talk about Brian being a favourite with the fans. How's Solly March doing?
Well. So I don't say perfect. I say good. Well, because there always can be things we can improve with him regarding his injury, but overall it's very important we come back to the word positivity, that he also stays positive. I think there are some phases during a rehab where you are mentally down, where you have like a setback, where you don't see the light in the end of the tunnel. But I think it's always important to stay positive, to see the support he has here, to see my support. We're all looking to see him back on the pitch, and we still have the biggest belief in him. And this belief he also needs to have in his own ability and his own strengths. Not only physical strengths, also like the mental strengths, that he will come back as a great Solly March, as the player he was before, because then he is an unbelievable player and can help this club.